This is Benjamin. Um, I hope if you hear any music in the background, like I have no rights to any music. It's just my child has music playing. I don't think it's loud enough for you guys to hear, but for any chance if it is, letting you know. If you're watching this after if you're watching this and it's not live, just to let you guys know, I'm going to be playing against the hikaru bot today, and basically what I'm doing now is I'm gonna be playing him with queen odds. I feel like his rating is like double mine, and pretty much the purpose of the video today is to show how to beat um, pretty much anyone when you have a material advantage. In this case, it's a queen advantage. The main strategy is basically to keep everything simple, trade, and go down to a winning endgame. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second here. Just want to see if anyone's gonna be on real quick. I'll give it maybe like 2 minutes from now, but I'll see if someone comes on. So just give me a second. If you're watching this, you can maybe fast forward for a minute or something. So right now, I'm just waiting to see if people come on. So, excuse me. All right, I'm just gonna get started. So, as I said earlier, with queen odds. So pretty much how to win with queen odds. It's a grandmaster bot. So, all right, it's a French. It's normally pretty closed. I'm gonna want to open the position as soon as possible to give me more attacking. All right, attacking his pawn. Let's defend it. Okay, so he's attacking. Basically, he's attacking the pawn, and he's also attacking a piece attacking a piece that is defending the pawn. So now I have to defend his pawn again. Um, if I do something like this to defend my knight, then he can just take my knight. I'll take it back, and then he'll take a pawn, which I don't want to lose a pawn for no reason. So I can't defend this way because he'll just take this pawn because it's pinned. I can't move the knight. So me, I'm just gonna move my queen up right here to defend my knight. Ooh, yeah. That's not. It will defend both, but I'd have to capture with this pawn, which is actually fine. It's not really that bad. I also can just move my pawn up one. I should do that. Should be fine. Yeah, a little better because now I can move my knight in, and if he takes, I can trade my knights. So that should be fine. All right. I'm gonna see if he can what he's gonna do here. So I want to trade. That's basically what I want to do, and that's good for me. Even though I got double pawns, it's a minor thing because I'm up a queen. So that's actually good for me. I'm gonna try to do another trade because trades are good for me. All right, and the reason why trades are good is because if I trade all my pieces off, I'll have a queen in my pawns versus his pawns. So when you're up in material, you want to trade as much as possible. So that's just throwing out that you want to trade. See, I can let him take rook and take it with my king because I would still have more of an advantage than he would. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna move my bishop over to stop his castle, um, and let him take my rook. So I guess he doesn't want it yet. My queen over, attack the square. I can leave my queen over, attack again. My thing is, I want to leave this here for trading because yeah, if he takes it, I'll be winning more than I am now, even though it's an exchange down, because we're getting every step closer to the end game is winning. So I'm not concerned about it. If I go here, I can attack the pawn. He can defend it. I'm not really too sure what I can do with that. I mean, I can always, but I don't want to open up my king either. So I'm gonna just lose this pawn up twice, and then maybe when I reroute my bishop. All right. Well, move it to once, I guess, not twice. All right. So now we're getting somewheres. All right. Now, if I move a pawn up, either way, it'll be I can capture. So I'll just go ahead. Let's trade some pawns. Trade some pawns. That's not bad because if he takes and I take with my queen and he takes with his bishop and I take, I'll have two rooks and a bishop versus a rook. This is really how easy it is to win with material advantage. It really is that easy. Even though he's a grandmaster bot, all I have to do is make sure that he doesn't get anything for free and that I just keep trading. Yeah, this is like perfect for me. This is perfect. So it should be a super easy win from here. And from here, I'll just guard my pawn, bring my rook over. Yeah, that's fine too. And bring my rook over and try to trade. All right. That was a little careless, but that's okay. All right. My rook up. My job now is basically to squeeze the king in and try to force him to trade at some point. That's perfect. Now I have to worry about him trying to make a queen over here and over here. Two connected pass pawns on, I believe it was a third and sixth rank, is better than a rook. I do remember that. And now he almost has it with his king, so I have to be very mindful of that. So I'm gonna have to bring my bishop over. I might even sacrifice my bishop for a pawn. I might actually even do that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice my bishop for a pawn. He can take it. I'm gonna move up to take this pawn. He'll probably come down. I'll go up. He move his king down. I'll take the pawn. He'll move his pawn down or the king, either or. If it's the pawn, then I get to come over here. And after his king, I can trade. And then I can my king up here and I'll win. So basically, I'm going to sacrifice my pieces just to win. Because I started with material advantage, and the idea is to go into winning endgame. So I'm going to sacrifice my rook as well, because I have time to just come up here and take his other pawn, and I have time for that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just sacrifice my rook. Now, if I go here and he takes it, I can move up one. If he tries to defend that way, I can move my king up here. And once he moves it, I'm gonna keep moves pawn as well. If once he moves his king out of the way, I can just take this pawn and take this pawn and win. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. But I want to make him waste more time. So if I move back first, Yeah, I want to make him waste more time, so I'm moving back first and then trade it after. And that's fine. I can just guard it this way. Okay, I didn't have to trade my rook for the pawn. Yeah, that's pretty. This is pretty much all you have to do with a material advantage. It's just basically trade until it's game over. It's a simple pattern. It's checkmate in two. And that was pretty much it. I can yeah, if you want me guys to go over that again, I can. But sorry, I didn't see someone was chatting. I wasn't looking at the uh, I don't know why it's so blurry. I can't even read that. I'm sorry. All I see is group chat. But all right. I can go ahead and play another one unless someone wants to play me odds and try to beat me using the same method. I'll wait like a minute or two, and if no one challenges me in the same, basically time control, basically 5 minute and play against me in auto balance for odds. That would do that. So hello. 1 second here. Oh, it came from okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. I'll do another one. He's doing the French defense again, and I'll keep the same setup. Oh, I guess not. I like to just do that. Let's go ahead and keep it simple. This time he's actually making it more complicated, which is better for him than it is for me. He's not trading right away. Trading benefits me a lot. So he's not making any obvious trades easy. A few things. I kind of don't like that too much because he can move in afterward if I try to do this type of trade. But I kind of want to. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it anyways. All right. I didn't like it too much, but I was hoping for a trade. That's all I pretty much am doing. I'm gonna take that. Now I can take here. Um, Normally I wouldn't do something like that, but in this situation here, because I started for queen again up, I don't mind sacrificing a bishop for 2 pawns to get an attack. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and get an attack going against his king. Now, when you have a material advantage, you can get away with stuff like that. That's like if you win a piece, you can actually sometimes get away with attacking someone in this way. And this is perfectly fine because all I have to do is move back. And if he trades, that's better for me because even though it's down 2 points, I'm up 8 right now. So I'll be up 6. And that's perfectly fine. All right, he's attacking my knight again. So he's this time he's making it complicated, which is what the bot wants to do. That's actually good for him. So since he hasn't traded yet, I'm thinking about just moving my knight in the way and maybe coming in to attack or moving my rook over. But he's kind of coming in pretty strong now with the pawns. So I'm getting a little worried about his attack because he's gonna have his 2 rooks and his pawns coming in with his bishop. So even though I have a material advantage, my queen is way over here and is not going to be helping. So that might be bad for me. So I'm reconsidering my plan right now. I can move my knight to block the bishop, and then maybe bring my rook in to bring my knight back. I'm not entirely sure because he can't move the pawn up because I can just take it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, he's coming into attack, and if he moves this pawn, I can always just capture it. And if he captures, if I capture back, if he moves this pawn, I just move up. This right here, he'll lose the pawn. So yeah, I'm not super worried about it either way. I can just go ahead and attack this pawn by moving my queen over and getting ready to attack it. He's going to be forced to defend it. Maybe rook over, which is fine. As long as his rook is tied into defending the pawn, he can't come into attack. As long as he's tied in defending the pawn, so I'm okay with that. I wanted to move my pawns up. I don't see a way to now, but maybe if I bring this knight over, I might be able to start pushing these pawns. So my pieces got tied up for a little bit. Now he's leaving the pin. I kind of don't want to keep my queen on this diagonal, but I want to defend this piece. And this is right here is being attacked by the knight. So I might have to move my queen over, then my pawn up. Yeah, I'm going with that. And here I can just move the pawn up and not worry about it because everything here is pretty much well fortified. He has nothing to attack with right now, so that's perfectly fine. After move his pawn up, I can move my knight out the way to defend the pawn, and then I can worry about fortifying my position. So, okay. So here I am. I can move the pawn up, this pawn up, and start my attack like I wanted. Now that have everything situated and fortified. I did sacrifice a minor piece for 2 pawns, so I can have an attack here, and now I think I have it. He can eventually move his pawn up, but if I take it, he can't really do much right now, so it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead with my plan and just start marching my pawns up. Now, if I go up again, the knight would have to go here, but then he would have this square, which would be attacking my queen and my pawn. So I don't want to force him to do that just yet. I may just end up moving my queen over, then put his pawn up, and get us out the way somehow. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more better situated. So, and if he ever does get here, I can move my rook over now to block it. So, yeah, I want to move out the way too, so my rook can be involved with my pawns. He's also defending this square as well. So I might want to move this knight up to attack this square so I can push it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that situated and get ready for my pawn. Yeah, and if he takes it, now I can take it. All right. He has a pin. It's not very good for me. I'm losing a piece for pretty much nothing. I can afford only one of these throughout the game. Um, if I do that twice, then that'd be super bad. That would be super bad. So let's see here. Yeah, I can't. And I was thinking about even taking it, but if he takes the queen, I don't have a follow up. So I'm just gonna have to let go of my knight. Yeah. Now it's not looking super good. And maybe reroute my knight and come in. This is why complications are bad when you're up in material. So like you can see how last game he didn't complicate it, and all I did was trade and won super easy. This time he didn't allow trades very easily and kept the situation complicated, and I lost a piece already. So if he keeps things complicated and I don't respond well, that's how it's possible to lose against somebody with a material advantage if if they're better than you are. For the most part, it's very easy if you just keep trading. So now I have to find a way to get my other piece involved and try to start some type of attack again. I kind of messed up my last attack. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I want to move this pawn up. The problem is if he takes it, well, I can take it. He can take back and my queen can come in. So it should be fine. I'm going to double check it because last time I did blunder. So I want to check it, double check my attack. So pawn up. He can capture each way. If he captures with this piece, then I can take it. If he captures with the pawn, then well, then I can take this pawn here. So it's fine either way. Yeah. And now I can take this pawn, and if he takes, I can take, which is good for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. All right. Keeping it complicated, which is good for him. I'm gonna move in a square where he can't attack my queen, and I'm also defending this pawn. No, he's attacking my queen, and he's attacking. Yeah, if I move over and I don't defend this pawn, he will be able to do checkmate here. So I have to be very mindful. If I move over to the f1 square, he can actually call check and then take my knight for free. So I'm gonna have to put myself in danger, but I must make sure to keep this pawn defended at all times. Otherwise, I'd be in some trouble. He may even come in to attack this way. So I'm gonna try to get rid of this knight. I'm gonna maybe move my rook over. If he takes my knight, and I take, and he takes, well, then I can take here as well. But then that would be checkmate. Would it? Yeah, he would checkmate me if I did that. Okay, this would block it, but he would have this checkmate. I can call check. Actually, I can call check, and if he takes it, I can take his piece. So that's probably the best thing I should do is call check. And if he can't move anywhere because this knight has those squares covered. So if I call check, he has to take it with something, and then I can take it. And that'll be helpful to me because he has too much firepower right here, and he is threatening to checkmate me right now if he's able to win this pawn. He can't because it's defended, but he also has some ideas to try to force it. So I'm going to go ahead and exchange this. So now my king has somewhere to go. I should probably move my king now to prevent his rook from ever coming here. Because I don't want to keep my rook here forever. I'm going to eventually want to move it up at some point somewhere. So I want to give myself some breathing room. However, he still can move his rook down here on the second rank and block my king off regardless. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move my king over. All right. Hmm. Yeah, this is a little bit complicated now. I'm actually up 2 points now. I'm no longer having that huge advantage I had earlier. Um, but that's perfectly fine. This is why keeping complicated is basically what you're supposed to do when you have when you're losing material. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Think about moving my knight down because if he does take it, I can always take here. And now if he calls check, he can't call check. He can take the pawn, but it won't be check. So that should be fine for me. But I have to understand that I don't have the material advantage anymore. So I basically just have to just win. And this allows this push as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. And then push up. But if he takes this now, it'll be yeah. Wouldn't be very good for me. Yeah, I'm gonna just move it over. Now he's threatening to take the pawn twice and threaten my queen. So yeah, that was a good job this time. This would be my first time losing live against him. I've lost twice before doing this. I won like 13. So let's see here. This would be a check. His king has nowhere to move, so you have to block it, and I can take it, and he can take back, which is what I need to do anyways. So all right, got that situated. I don't want to go here because he'll call a check and then take my piece and win game pretty much. Because I doubt I can beat him in that situation. I can call a check this way. He would just block though. Um, he wouldn't move over. I would just call it check and do a lot of damage. But I'm gonna go check this way first before I move my rook. He's attacking his pawn twice. If I would have, I can't block it, and I can't block it because this knight has all these squares covered. So this pawn is pretty much gone no matter what I do. But I can attack it this way because if he takes the pawn, I can take that. But if he takes the pawn with the knight, I can take the rook, and it'd be a pawn and a rook versus queen. That's the best I. Oh, I almost messed it up. Earlier, I just said there was a fork, and when I seen something, I almost forgot about the danger, and that would have been very bad. Very, very bad. I'm gonna go over here now. All right. Well, at least you see what I'm gonna do when I play odds against anyone after this game. I'm gonna be trying my best to complicate it, like he did this time. Call it check. If he blocks with his rook, I can call it check. He'll take it. I can take rook. He wouldn't do that because I win a piece. If I call it check, he won't block because I think I win a piece. So he just move his king. Okay, I think I win a piece here. Yeah. All right. I don't. I mean, I guess I had something better if he didn't do that. I probably didn't realize it. I don't think he just blundered a piece for no reason. So my job now, I have two pawns versus three in a rook. My plan now is just to try to win the pawns. That's basically very simple. So I'm gonna call check and threaten the pawn. If he calls check this way, I mean this way here to move up. Yeah, I'll go here first to target his pawn because if I go here, it'll stop him from calling check. Now if I take it, that's fine, and that's fine. I'll lose this pawn, but it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna move my queen here to block it. Yeah, I'm getting a little worried. I can't take it now because he'll call it check and take my queen. So I'm gonna go for here. All right. So he's threatening to make a queen, but he can't right now because I'll just take it. So he's gonna have to maneuver his pieces to make it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just push. Yeah, this is fine. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I lost this time. That's all right. I'll just go ahead and just play it out. All right, that's two games. I won one, lost one. So at least now, when you play odds, if anyone wants to play odds, they'll see how to win with an advantage and how to lose with the odds. So then go ahead, Benjamin 145. I already had two games. I won the first one, lost the second. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I'm my job is to complicate it to win. And yeah, I that was rip. Yeah. Today I'm 1-1. So overall I was 13-2 before today. Now I'm 14-3 against hikaru bot queen odds. So if someone wants me to send me a challenge for auto odds, the way it works is you hit play here and I think it's called player. Yeah, player friend. They don't have a wait custom game set up first. Yeah, instead of standard, there is. Um, I don't see it here, but it's supposed to be auto odds. I see it on the phone, but I guess it's not on here like that. Oh well. Yeah, if anyone wants to send me a challenge, that's perfectly fine. If not, uh, I thought I hit accept. I don't see it. Did I hit accept? Yeah, just send it again. I thought I hit accept, but I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's not letting me. It says I can accept at the moment. Okay, there it goes. All right. Oh wow, this is looking pretty rough. At the all right. I guess rematch. I guess for some reason it took a while to load, so I don't know what went wrong, but all right, there you go. My job is to complicate it. Um, yeah, that's like not very good for me. I only remember that from the King's Gambit's lines. That's usually a important thing after losing this pawn. Keep the position a little open. All right. So my job is to complicate it as much as I can to try to win. That's my job. If I can't complicate it and he just trades pieces, then I'm going to lose. So I basically want to avoid trades. All right. Um, that's possible. I can't come in to attack this square because this is in the way, and I can't capture to threaten anything. It's kind of closed off a little bit. Let's move my bishop up a little bit. So it's 4 pawns. So I had my pieces. I just didn't have 4 pawns, and obviously I can't castle kingside because there's nothing here. And queenside castling is a little bad because the a pawn's gone. All right. So I'm not sure if I should move it back or up to a2 or a4. I'm gonna go to a2 just to give my king a little bit of breathing room. If I went a4, that would have prevented that. This is a little rough. I gotta find a way to break something up here. I should probably start trying to find an attack. I was just trying to defend and make sure I wasn't going to get murdered, but I'm gonna have to start looking for an attack now. I can't be on the defensive the whole game, so I'm gonna come over, maybe attack the pawn, attack this pawn, try to bring my rook over. I think that's probably the best thing I should do is just start creating some type of attack. Now, what sucks about this is that I I can't move to these squares. Um, I don't want to trade. The only move I have is back here, but he might move his pawn down eventually. I'm gonna have to avoid it for now. All right. Yeah. Oh, the pawns were gone when he put it on odds auto balance, and based on your rating, it would give a different advantage. So he was just 4 pawns. Is all it gave him. But it was my important pawns, my castling pawns that were taken out. So far, so good. Yeah, and because I was down 4 pawns and not pieces, if we trade, he's gonna have 8 pawns versus my 4 pawns, and that's not something that someone can just win with. It's just really difficult. So he might be able to go here, attack my knight. Uh, I'll just move it out, attack the pawn. Hmm. I have to move eventually my rook's in. All right, that wasn't bad. I can't go here because the knight. If I go here, he can trade, which won't be very good for me. If I move back, he can try to come in. I have nowhere else to go besides here. And if he tries to move here, um, yeah, I don't want to attack this way and open this up, this file. So I'm gonna go ahead and allow this trade because this other trade would be bad if he comes in and does that. So yeah. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do this, but I might. I'm gonna want to attack these pawns. I'm gonna have to. All right. I'm gonna have to defend that either here or here, and I think I should do it with my rook. I want to leave my queen to defend my pawns. That'd be pretty bad. Yeah. I think I did a pretty good job of not trading on my pieces and trying to get myself fortified. Now I have to constantly look for weaknesses to see if I can steal a pawn or something. Um, I don't think he's ever blundered a piece yet, so I might have to take that knight. Looks like it's protected by these 2 pawns, and it's like hitting everything in my area. He can pretty much go anywhere he wants, and he's attacking too many squares. It's giving him too much control over my field. So I'm probably just going to trade it, even though he can't really go any these squares yet. Eventually, he probably could. Now, if I take this now, he can take my pawn, my bishop. I mean, I don't have a follow up. If I take this, he can take it with his knight and then come back, and I'll be forced to take this. So it looks to me that taking this would be better because after he captures, I can move my bishop back and escape and not trade 2 pieces. So I rather not trade 2 pieces. All right. If I take and he takes, I took my knight over, and my knight becomes a little active, so it's not horrible. No, it's a little active. It has some squares you can move to. But he's also opening this side up for him. Okay. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna attack the bishop. Okay. I had to attack against the rook. If I take it and call check and he moves up, I would have both his rooks, but he would have to take this and attack my side. I think I'll be fine, but I want to make sure. Yeah, I have this move here to block off this. Yeah, it should be fine. And he also can block it to prevent the capture. Yeah. My knight can come back. Probably best thing I can do here is move back. And my queen can just probably just retreat. That way it helps protect the king. That was very stressful to play like that. It still kind of is because my without the pawn here, my structure is just pretty bad. Even though I'm a rook up, he's still a lot of pawns up, and my structure isn't very stable because of it. Okay. I don't want to do that because then I might be forced to take it. So I'm just gonna capture this way. I know it puts my king in a not so good spot, but okay, he's threatening to take here. Um, I wanted to take this here, but I'm gonna have to defend. I don't like defending very much. Pawn up. Yeah, that's why I don't like defending. It's really hard usually when you're forced to defend. Usually, there's only one good move or two good moves, and if you make a different move, then I could have went on a counterattack, but maybe traded queens. Hmm. If I take now, yeah, that's fine. Hmm. Defend this area. Yeah, I did complicate it a lot, but it's still very shaky. It's not like the complications that I did guaranteed anything. I'm trying to look at everything, but I'm running out of time. So, um, I guess I can win a pawn. Win a pawn. Um, win a pawn. And I'm gonna win the bishop now. This is protecting this pawn, so you can't take it. I'm gonna pre-move. All right. Just put some more on this side. Yeah, if he comes down, I'm just gonna take it. If he takes it, I can just take it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push. Yeah, we can trade. That's perfectly fine. All right. Now we're at an even end game. All right. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna pan out. That goes with a check. Yeah, I thought it was pretty even by material, but I didn't really. I forgot to consider that the two pawns on this and here is very stronger than a rook. I said that last game, but I'm just saying, go ahead. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, or this game. This game. Okay, I'll just. No, I can't do that because it doesn't matter. He can just take it, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. That was a good game. I was supposed to keep it complicated, and I try to simplify it, and I simplified it the wrong way because I thought I had it. So, all right, that was a good game. Hmm. Um, how do I? Um, yeah, if someone wants to start a match, that's fine, or I can do reach either way. It was actually pretty good. All right. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. I normally stream just for an hour. Nine blunders. Oh, why is the screen? I just realized the screen wasn't showing anything. It's a bit weird. Is that fixed it or here it goes? All right, I'm fine with another game if someone wants. If not, then I can get going. All right, just if you haven't watched the beginning, watch it. I won the first game, then I lost the second one against the hikaru bot, Queen Odds, and you can see the difference between like keeping it simple and exchanging versus complicating it. So, all right, that's a good game, and um, I'll see you tomorrow. See you. There. I,